Hope you're having a good day. Just got back from a little motorcycle ride. It's a beautiful day here in Lexington. It's a little windy, so hopefully it won't mess this microphone up. I've been practicing a lot of curvy roads lately. Some of the roads around here, practicing that. I've got some really cool motorcycle trips planned for this summer. And the cool thing is some of the ladies I train on the lifting team all pulled in and chipped in and got me a GoPro for Christmas. So they were a little upset with me that I didn't film some of my motorcycle trip that I did when I went to Vegas over Thanksgiving, where I went up to the Grand Canyon, Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park, Valley of the Fire. Did a little 3-day loop there. They were a little upset with me, so they bought me a GoPro for Christmas. So in the future, I'll be filming a lot of my bike trips and kind of putting that online. That'll be fun. Something I love to do. Dr. Leland Stillman and I have done a number of podcasts on circadian health and athletic performance and how people can optimize their light environment to improve recovery and performance. And I think that's kind of something that athletes and normal people leave on the table. They don't really think about how much natural light affects them and their biology. Most people don't understand that the sun basically tells your body, what type of hormones to produce, what time of day it is, sleep cycle, melatonin, dopamine, all this stuff is regulated by sunlight, natural light. So with our modern world, it's very difficult because everything we use, technology, is bringing us inside. So I thought I'd come up with some simple little tips, things that I do to get more natural light in my life. Obviously, I can make my own schedule. That's really helped. One of the things I've done is I don't work early mornings anymore, so I can spend my time outside walking and getting my sunrise in, which is super critical for setting your circadian rhythm. But I think a lot of people don't realize is throughout the day, your body needs sunlight in your eye and on your skin to kind of set your clock so your body knows what time of day it is. And every time you look at your phone, it's telling your brain, especially at night, that it's noon, okay? So that's going to mess up your circadian clock. It's going to mess up your sleep, your melatonin production, melatonin usage, all that stuff. So one of the things that I do, I've recommended for ages and ages that people go on walks. Well, something I started doing, I got an idea from Stan Efferding, is to walk 10 minutes after every meal. And I've been doing that, and that really helps. It gets you outside in the morning, it gets you outside at lunchtime, gets you outside in the evening, gets you in contact with natural light, so your body kind of knows what time of day it is, and that way when you get home, it's much easier to wind down and go to sleep. I just walk, set the timer on my phone for 5 minutes. As soon as 5 minutes is up, I turn around and walk back. Super simple. Another thing that I do that's really cheap is one of these headlamps. As soon as the sun goes down, the lights go off. I put one of these headlamps on. I use it to read before bed. One of the bad habits I have is watching YouTube videos. There's also a way you can turn your screen red on your phone when I'm inside, or in the evening, I can triple click on my phone and it turns the screen red. That really helps. I also wear blue blocking glasses when the sun goes down. Or when I'm working on screens, I have some software that turns the screen a little red, and then I also wear blue blocking glasses when I'm working on the computer. I also try and bring my computer work out here, even if it's under the shade. The natural light kind of, washes out the phone, washes out the screen to help you, so you don't end up getting that mismatch. And just getting that straight blue light, which never occurs in nature. So, these are all things that we can do that are really simple to make us feel better. I think the pandemic has shown us, especially with kids, the amount of time they're spending inside and the amount of kids that are struggling today with depression and anxiety and all that sort of thing, as kids are forced to get in front of the screen more and more, even more than they did before. We're seeing all these issues, and one of the things that needs to happen is we need to get back into nature, because that's, we're designed to live under natural light. We're not designed to live under fake lights and in front of a screen. So if you work in front of a desk in front of a screen all day, my advice to you would be protect your eyes, protect your skin, and then also take, other people take smoke breaks. You should take sun breaks. You should go out for 5 minutes a couple times a day and get your eyes in the natural light, take your glasses off, Another thing you can do is crack your windows when you're driving so that you're getting some natural light. That's another way to get more natural light in your life. Use sunglasses only as a tool, not as a staple. Dr. Stillman talked about on one of the interviews we did on Quantum Health TV. And if you want to watch one of those interviews, I'll tag Quantum Health TV in this video, and just go to their Instagram page or go to their page on wherever, if you're watching this on YouTube, and you can sign up for their service, and you can watch the interview I've done with him, and also a bunch of other interviews that are excellent from some really, really smart people in this field of quantum health. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, in the car, like sunglasses. So I used to wear sunglasses all the time, but Dr. Stillman talks about like seasonal affective disorder. And he's like, what is seasonal affective disorder? Essentially, it's a lack of bright light. So if you're walking around with sunglasses on during the day, you're basically filtering out bright light, and you're also telling your brain that it's nighttime. So as you can see, if you struggle with not feeling well or depression or things like that, now if you're driving down the road, you can't see, well, sunglasses are obviously a good tool. Dr. Stillman also talked about how, the Eskimos would wear, goggles with little slits in them so they could actually see in the Arctic when it's super bright. So traditionally, eye protection, things like that, were meant to enhance hunting, but they weren't meant to be worn. Like, you don't wear that all the time. So that's something else you might want to consider as well. So, these are all little simple things that you can do to make your life more natural. If you look into like circadian biology, if you look into depression, anxiety, everything pretty much improves when you get out in nature and you get natural light. People that have sleep, chronic insomnia, if you look that up, they send them out tent camping for a week, and it fixes their sleep issues. So the more we can get into nature, the better you're going to feel, the better your health's going to be, the better your blood pressure is going to be. It's just a matter of doing it. And our modern lives has made this very simple thing that happened naturally, even 30 or 40 years ago. People spent more time outside. Now people are spending less time inside than they ever are outside than they ever had. They're spending the majority of their life inside, especially children. And you're going to continue to see people struggle with low vitamin D levels, with dopamine issues, with screen addiction issues, depression, anxiety. You're going to see this stuff skyrocket. So the more you can get natural light in your life, the more you can walk outside, the better you're going to feel in the long run. So there's a few simple tips for you. Walk outside 3 times a day after every meal. Crack your windows in your car. Get your lights off at night. There's bulbs that you can buy, incandescents. There's bulbs that you can buy that have a warmer glow that you can, if you need to have lights on at night. Use a red light headlamp. There's also red lights that you can have on in the background. A lot of the girls have bought the EMR Tech light, and they'll just turn it on in their house and leave it on at night so you can see what you're doing and see what's going on, and it doesn't mess your melatonin and your sleep up. Use cheap things like red light headlight. I think I already said that. And just be mindful that the more natural light you get, the better you're going to feel, and the less artificial light you get, the better you're going to feel. The more artificial light you get, the more you're going to struggle. It's pretty simple, and it's low-hanging fruit. These are things that you want to check off, especially if you're struggling, if you're exercising a ton and you're not getting any progress. Sleep and getting outside and well-being is going to be one of your big boxes that you want to check off. Because if you're exercising a ton, but you feel like crap and you can't control what you're eating, you're not going to get very far. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope you give some of these things a try and create some new habits that'll help you out.